Hey, John Mayfield for Global Real Estate School. Thanks for joining me on another YouTube video. I'm going to discuss or continue to discuss financing loans and definitions that you could very well see on the real estate exam. Now, here's the really cool thing. If you want to go back and listen or watch any of the videos, I have a playlist. It's a financing playlist. And so all of these specific loan types and other loans and parts of the definitions for mortgages, trust deeds, and clauses that we will be covering will all be right there in that financing playlist. Today I want to talk about the difference between FHA and VA loans, and I've got some information here that I thought we would kind of go over. A VA loan, a couple of things I want you to understand, okay, is that only available veterans can apply for VA loans. And these could be active duty service members, National Guard members, reservists, and some surviving spouses can all apply for VA loans, okay? Now, you could also be a retired veteran, naturally, and apply for a VA loan. And there's lots of other specific requirements that need to be met. And of course, a VA loan officer will be able to help you with that. There's certain things for length of service, discharge status, all of those apply when you're looking at a VA loan. Now, typically there is no down payment. It's required by VA. It's 100% financing. And there is no PMI, private mortgage insurance, okay? I was at a conference recently and people were throwing around these letters and I'm like, what are they talking about? The curse of knowledge, right? PMI. If you see that on the real estate exam, or if you talk to a potential client or customer when you get your real estate license, you don't want to throw letters around. Always explain it for people. So PMI, private mortgage insurance. We'll talk about that when we go through the financing definitions. But basically, on an FHA loan, for example, there is PMI, private mortgage insurance, because you're not putting a full 20% down. Generally, if you put less than 20% down on a loan that for a home you're purchasing to get a loan, so maybe you only have 10% to pay down, you would need to take out private mortgage insurance. It's just insurance to ensure that if you default, the bank or the lender, savings and loan, whoever you get your loan from, is covered. They're insured, right? And you might say, well, John, what's the big deal? I'm putting 10% down. Foreclosing on a property or a home is much more challenging and difficult than just repossessing a car. So because of that, the lender will charge PMI, private mortgage insurance, and that will be monthly payments in addition to your mortgage payment that just ensures the lender, hey, if you default, everything's going to be fine. Why? Because you put a smaller down payment, less than 20% down. So on a VA loan, there's no PMI. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Which is a significant savings to the borrower. There's also what we call a funding fee with a VA loan. Now, the funding fee is a one-time fee that's required, which can be based on the type of service, down payment amount, and whether it's the borrower's first VA loan. This fee can be financed into the loan. And the funding fee is 1% of the loan amount, okay? 1% of the loan amount. So there's some variables there. Interest rates can be lower than conventional loans on a VA loan, and the rates are not set by the VA, but the lenders offering the loans will normally set those loans. A couple of other things I just want to make note of here. VA loans are more lenient with credit scores compared to conventional loans, and the VA does not set a minimum credit score. but most lenders will require a minimum score of around 620. But again, it's a lot better than other types of loans. So let's look at FHA, the Fair Housing Administration, available to any borrower who meets the lending criteria. It's not limited to any specific group. And the income and debt requirements by FHA loans have specific guidelines for what we call debt to equity ratios, okay? The down payment requires a down payment of 3.5% of the purchase price. This is higher than VA loans, but lower than most conventional loans. Therefore, PMI, private mortgage insurance, is required for an FHA loan. And that can be paid upfront as an annual mortgage insurance premium, which is typically included in the mortgage payments. Now, the 3.5% down payment for FHA loans, remember that, it's lower than conventional, but because you're not putting 20% down, you will have to take out the PMI. Generally, interest rates on FHA loans are pretty competitive and a little bit lower than conventional loans, but again, they're determined by the lender who is going to make that loans. I want you to understand VA guarantees the lender in case the veteran defaults. FHA is insuring because of the private mortgage insurance. Credit scores on FHA loans need to meet certain guidelines, but sometimes they can be as low as 580 or 620. It just depends. And again, they'll need to qualify for that 3.5% down payment. If you get below a certain level, they may require a 10% down payment. So remember that. Now I've got some notes here, and you might see me glancing at those from time to time, but a lot of information to unpack here with FHA and VA loans. So I want to give you some key differences here. VA loans are limited to veterans and service members, while FHA loans are open to any qualified borrower, provided you qualify. Down payments, VA loans require no down payment. FHA loans require at least 3.5%. Could be higher if the credit score is a little bit lower. Mortgage insurance, VA loans, no private mortgage insurance, no PMI. FHA loans do require both upfront and annual mortgage insurance. So keep that in mind, an upfront and an annual. Funding fees and mortgage insurance, VA loans have a one-time funding fee instead of mortgage insurance premiums. FHA loans have both upfront and annual mortgage insurance premiums. And both loans are lenient compared to conventional loans for credit scores, so kind of keep that in mind as well. VA is going to guarantee the loan, FHA will insure the loan, and you can get an FHA or VA loan from any qualified lender. VA will sometimes make a loan directly to the veteran. Well, a lot of stuff to unpack there, but you're going to probably see a question on one of those items, and I think I provided you with I shouldn't say that, should I? I've provided you, I'm going to be thinking positive, just like I tell my students, you're going to pass that exam on the first attempt. So check us out, globalrealestateschool.com. We have some great products, digital flashcards. We've got My Real Estate Exam Coach. We can help you with the real estate course, and I can help you. I was on the phone today with one of my students, helping him because that's what I do. You won't get that from the bigger schools. So globalrealestateschool.com. I'm John Mayfield, recording from my Osmo Pocket 3 camera that I will now upload to this site on YouTube, and as well as post it on my podcast channel. So be sure and check that out so you can listen to these tips to help you pass the exam while you're exercising or driving in your car. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.